Hey guys, what's up? machinamechlord here. Finally coming at you guys with a deck profile for artifacts. Now, I know a lot of people have been searching for a really good artifact deck, and I kind of have been too, and I haven't really been finding anything good or anything useful, but my lovely girlfriend happened to come up with this design for this build. For the most part, I just like swapped around like a card here and there, but she came up with a basic design for this build, and I gotta tell you, it's fucking evil. So thank you, darling, for making such an amazing deck. Now, beware, it has the potential to easily be tier 1 if you know how to play it. But pretty easy to shut down, too. So there's a lot of things that really just kill this deck. And unfortunately, with the meta of this format, you know, being white and being, what's it called? Bujins as one of the main decks this format, I mean, so with Light Swans and Erratic Rulers, Light Imprisoning Mirror just destroys this deck entirely. Same with Vanity's Emptiness, you know, Evil Swarm Ophion. I mean, there's a lot of ways to beat this deck. I mean, even play Fossil Dyna, there's nothing we can do. We can't get over Fossil Dyna. I mean, there's nothing that this deck really can do against something like that. So, I mean, the side deck, you're going to have to build extremely accordingly to those cards. So, you just have to keep that in mind. But anyway, the deck build itself is a pretty crazy deck, and it's really fast, really strong, and just does a lot of evil things. So to start off, we have 2 Artifact Achilles. What it does is it makes it to your opponent cannot target artifact monsters you control for an attack during the turn it's summoned. So Achilles is just one of your main basic defenders. Now you have 3 Labrys. Now what it does is, if an artifact card is destroyed and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon this card. Also, its special summon effect does not trigger during your opponent's turn. So you can, if one of your artifact monsters is destroyed, like if you MST your own artifact monster, you can special summon it from your hand. So keep that in mind. Also, when it's destroyed while it's set during your opponent's turn, it can special summon itself, just like all the rest of the monsters. So then we have 3 Morale Talk. Morale Talk is the basic, most important one, because when it's summoned during your opponent's turn, you can pop a card that they have. So that really can get over a lot of stupid things. If you can happen to get it out, that is. Which we have ways about going about getting it out during our opponent's turn, even if they have like Light Imprisoning Mirror, which is really nice. But we have 3 Artifact Failnaught. This card currently, what it does is when it's summoned, you can you can target an artifact monster in your graveyard and set that target. And you have 3 Caduceus. Some people would say runs at 2. I think running it at 3 is good because, I mean, while it's on the field, you can just, every time an artifact monster is summoned, you can draw a card. So it really just allows you to go plus. Now, Caduceus, though, does have the effect where you can only control 1 Caduceus. So keep that in mind, you can only control 1. We have 2 Artifact Megalotalk. Basically what this guy does is it, when it's destroyed and special summoned, you can target up to 2 set cards you control and destroy them. So that's a really nice effect, and it would allow you to go plus off your opponent destroying it. So, and you can really do that too. We have 2 Artifact Aegis, or Aegis, whatever you want to call it. Basically what he does is he makes it to where your artifact monsters cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So basically him and Achilles are just like, yo bitch, get over us. And it's not something they can easily do, so it's really nice to be able to get into that. Now for our last monster in the deck that we have main deck is Absorbing Jar. Now this card was introduced to me by my girlfriend Alice. I didn't even know that this card existed. And I knew that I knew that Absorb Jar was a name, but I didn't know what it did. I didn't know anything about it other than the fact it was a jar. But when I read its effect, which is destroy all set, spawn, trap cards on the field, then each player draws one card for each of the cards they controlled. Those destroyed by the effect is honestly really good, because if your opponent attacks it, it triggers off, destroying all your back row, which would be destroying all your artifact monsters. Then they summon themselves and are just like, hey, look, we're here, now what the fuck you gonna do? And Absorb Jar just really is an amazing card, just really strong in this deck build, and it's kind of like the one thing the deck really needed to round itself out as far as playability-wise. We have 3 MSTs, 3 Artifact Movement, and 3 Double Cyclone as our spells. Now some people play Double Summon, a lot of people, like Asian Eyes would honestly play this, like Artifact Agents, but with what this deck build is really fast, really strong, and it's just, you don't even really need draw power because this deck itself has so much. It's just insane. So we also have 3 Malevolent Catastrophe, which is Heavy Storm except for your opponent's monster has to declare an attack. So if you're wide open and your opponent's monster declares an attack, boom, you can go right off. And there's nothing they can do. Vanity, whatever. They can't do anything to this deck, really. I mean, you have Light Imprisoning Mirror. Well, our Malevolent Catastrophe is going to destroy it before it can do anything. Catastrophe and Vanity don't get destroyed under Absorbing Jar, so just use Malevolent Catastrophe in that instance if they have that, if they side deck those cards. Now, Macro and stuff on the other hand, that really just trolls his deck, but they are limited to 1 Macro and Defissure, so it's pretty significantly easy to get over those cards. Plus we have 9 cards that pop your opponent's cards back row, so we have that. We also have Theosophy of the Artifacts. Now, this card is really important because during the end phase, like your opponent's turn, if they go for a pretty decently sized monster, that has a really nice effect, and you really want to just get rid of it, just go Theosophy, pop in Monotalk, blow it up. Or you can go Big Olatalk and then pop your back row with Big Olatalk during their end phase with Theosophy of the Artifacts. So that just allows you to really go, plus on your combos and just get stuff going. Also, they also have another effect. When Theosophy of the Artifact is destroyed by your opponent's card, target 1 card on the field and destroy it. So it also is like an MST. And you also have Artifact Movement. If it's destroyed by your opponent's card, your opponent skips their next battle phase. So Artifact Movement also prevents you from taking damage sometimes if they end up MSTing your Artifact Movement. We have 3 Reckless Greed, just to consistently draw a little bit. I mean, per se it's not the best card to have. Like, Morphing Jar goes off. Like, they flip Morphing Jar, you respond to the attack with Reckless Greed. During battle step, Absorbing Jar destroys your face downs, goes to the graveyard, everything else summons and triggers in an open game state. Like, you have a lot of options out there, and then you just drew +2, then you're gonna go plus more. Like, it's crazy. And 1 Solemn Warning. The Solemn Warning is pretty much just to get rid of things like Stardust Dragon, or Stardust Dragon, negate Macrocosmos. His effect. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that Solemn Warning really can provide a lot of use for. It just tightly crushes us and hurts us. So Solemn Warning honestly is a really great card to tech in the deck. So for our extra deck, we have 2 full armored Crystal Zero Lancer, and you're probably wondering why it takes 2 level 6s, but it can be used as an over rank 5 water monster. If you haven't noticed, we have Freezedon at 2 in this deck, particularly just to make our Crystal Zero Lancer. Now, pretty good because you can just go right into Freezedon, which takes 2 level 5, so it's pretty easy to get into, and then just straight overlay it into Crystal Zero Lancer. 2 wind up Arsenals and Mayo. Basically, what he's going to do is he's just going to pop your opponent's back row. And back row sometimes is a really trolly threat to us. So wind up Arsenals and Mayo is just really good at getting rid of your opponent's back row. We have Tyrus. We have 1 Tyrus, Keeper of Armageddon. Not Armageddon, but Genesis. just because it's Tyrus, and Tyrus is really good. We have 1 Adrius for popping face-up cards, 2 Constellar Pleiades for a controlled environment while we're dueling. If we can get this guy out, you know, we're pretty much safe and set for a while because Pleiades is just too good, and you can use it to bounce back artifact monsters. You know, they've already used it their effects, like during your opponent's turn, like during their end phase. You know, you play Theosophy, pop a card, return it to your hand, and then set it. I mean, you can make some combos off Pleiades in this deck as well. 2 number 61 Volcasaurus just to pop cards now, and 2 Artifact Durandal, which is the main significant card that artifacts use. Now, I'm not too familiar with Artifact Durandal's effect, but I know there is a pretty trolly effect with this card. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can activate one of these effects. When a monster effect is activated on the field, or when a normal spell or trap card is activated, you can detach one material from this card, and you can attach one excess material from this card. That card's effect becomes destroy one spell or trap card your opponent controls. So that really can be used to pop off your back row. Or you can detach one XYZ material from this card. Each player shuffles their entire hand into the deck. Then each player draws the same number of cards that they shuffled. Now, the really trolly play that this card actually comes with and uses is when you have Droll and Lockbird in hand, because basically what you're going to do is when they activate a card effect, you're going to use Durandal's effect, recycle their entire hand into the deck, then you're going to chain Droll and Lockbird so that you draw cards and they don't. So it just pretty much fucks them, makes them go completely minus, and they can't really do anything at that point, and they're kind of just like lost out on that. So Droll and Lockbird, a great side deck card in this deck, because honestly, you're running Durandal main deck. You might as well side deck it at least, like if you need it. We also have 1 Shark Fortress. Just make it to where like your Crystal Zero Lancers or Pleiades or something to attack twice. And 2 number 19 Trizodons, just to round it off. Anyways guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this deck just as much as me and her have. This deck is really strong, and what the fuck is this? Ignition Beast Volcanon. Oh. Oh, okay. That's not too good then. Anyways guys, see ya and peace out.